Titanium Court bills itself as a surreal strategy game for clowns and criminals. Well, paint my face or arrest me because I absolutely love this demo. It expertly balances and blends match 3, strategy, tower defense, and a hilarious tale of a court looking for its queen and your goal of just finding your way home. A bit hard to describe, but so fun to play. I feel like this is definitely one to watch this year. And while the demo isn't yet publicly available as of the posting of this video, there is a way to get access and give it a try yourself. Go to the timestamp in the description if you'd like a hand at leading the court yourself. Enjoy! Alright, here we go. A man steps onto stage and taps a microphone. Doot, 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 doot. Good evening. Before we begin the game, there are a few announcements. First, due to unexpected circumstances, the part of the player will be performed by an understudy. Is that me? Am I the understudy? A couple of audible groans and one muffled boo erupt from the audience. Oh no. Now. There's no need for that. This kid may not be a star yet, but I've seen her rehearse and I can guarantee that she'll impress you. Okay, so maybe it's not me because I didn't put my pronouns in, but maybe also it's just like that's the character. She may not have time to memorize any of her lines, but well, neither have any of you. The audience laughs. Second, we'd like to warn you that this production features a significant amount of obscenity. I mean, I'm here for a show, I'm ready. But before all the parents in the audience begin covering their children's ears, know this. This stage is enchanted, such that the obscenities can only be heard by those of sufficient emotional maturity to handle hearing them. Well, here comes our test, guys. And finally, the writing room would like to issue an apology for failing to complete the script before this performance. They are working on it, and as I speak, it is my pleasure to announce that tonight's performance is also a race. Who will win? The writers furiously working to finish the script over the performers attempting to perform it. I can't answer that question, but I can announce that the race begins now. We hope you enjoy the game. I am intrigued. I don't know anything about this game, but I'm intrigued. Okay, where should you start? You were walking through the woods when the world around you shattered. Whoa, 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 whoa. Match 3, baby! We're here! I love a match 3. Okay. This was both alarming and inconvenient. Isolated on a lone stretch of ground, you were transfixed as the broken landscape began to rearrange itself. Oh my god, oh my god. Your eyes followed trees and hills. I was like, are these butts? Collapsing in lines of 3 as if the forest you knew were a knot becoming carefully untangled. Oh. Are we getting a match 3 narrative game? Are we getting a match 3? Is this a roguelike? I don't know why, I'm getting roguelike vibes. You dared not move from your position as the ground beneath your feet quivered in anticipation of shattering further. Okay, I think because we're right here in this little glade. You passed the time this way for who knows how long. Okay, here we go. I'm excited, nervous, until the court, there it is, slid into view. At first, you weren't sure you could trust your eyes, but there it was. A great, shining structure among the roiling landscape, something stable and enclosed. A shelter. You kept your eyes on it, hoping it would draw close enough that you might peer inside its windows. Okay, time to get the court close to me. And just as it came near, the shattered landscape lurched. With little warning, the forest snapped back together as if someone had pulled the knot of reality tight once again. Oh, except by now it wasn't the forest you knew. It was hardly even a forest. You stood, stretched, and began the hike towards the court. This music is so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, and now we have AP Thompson presents. Oh my god. Later, while the sun hovered low over the horizon, there was a feast within the walls of the court. Hoping to avoid any attention, you sought out a more isolated part of the hall. Am I going to go down the stairs? An empty table near an exit where no one would pay you much mind. A sound plan, except. Okay, and I just want to say there's like, on this side, there's stuff here. We have 30 out of 30 over by the icon of the castle. We have a 2, which I should maybe move myself down. Hold on. Okay, that way you can hopefully see. I don't know if this part will fill up with stuff, but we'll deal with it when it comes. So we've got a UI now that has a little bit more information than it did before. All right, sound plan accept. Oh, the hall was soon overflowing with people, and your table was no exception. Dang it. Okay, so it looks like that is a bread icon, water. The young man seated to your right began engaging you in idle conversation. It's a great portrait. The weather, how you found the meal, the role of the individual in a society, how you preferred to make your bed, those sort of subjects. Eventually, he inquired about how you came to arrive at the court. Which answers my question quite thoroughly while raising many more, he says as you conclude your tale. But forgive me, you haven't actually finished your story, have you? You admit there's a little bit more, though you have yet to make sense of it. Where? The people within the court were earnest but odd. After your arrival, you attempted to get some answers about your whereabouts and the strange circumstances outside, except they spoke mostly in riddles and nonsense, didn't they? They did. Let's find out where you are. Oh, we've got new. Okay. A man resting in the shade of a wall. Oh my gosh, so this is the map in front of us. And these little icons. Ah, that's so cool. We have a woman in a helmet doing her taxes at a picnic table. Weird. Although it is almost season. As much as I hate it. A pair in front of a blackboard discussing magic. A small cat bathing in the sun atop the walls. Oh, dang. Okay, well, I'm gonna go to the cat. Easy. Said a small cat, meow. Ah, your questions are numerous but inconsequential, for they miss the current crisis. Meow. What crisis? Why, the crisis wherein my dinner is late. Meow. It is so late, in fact, that I'm not certain the concept of dinner isn't something I haven't invented in a fugue of hunger. All other societal issues are mere trivialities in comparison to my plate. Please, stranger, might you fill my bowl, thus ending this ravenous standoff? Yes. A woman behind you laughed. Oh, don't listen to him. He's been fed twice today already. But for real, that's my cat's. Next, you... Hold on. Are you seriously going to tell me about every individual conversation you had in excruciating detail? Yes. Yes, you are, because if he lets you proceed uninterrupted, he'll learn that many of these people played a part in what happened next. Fine. All right, let's go to the magic. Pair discussing magic. There appeared to be a seminar of some sort taking place in the courtyard. A seminar on magic, if you understood the text on the blackboard correctly. Okay, first you take a metaphor and then you stretch it really thin, right? Right. Then, like really thin, so then you forget its original purpose and then you inflate it. Right, just inflate the metaphor. I prefer to use my lungs for that, so as it's inflating, you twist it, like, hang on, like so. You still following? I think so. And hold on. Ta-da! There. Now it resembles a dog. A delight for children and such. Okay, so what happened to the metaphor? It's a lovely little balloon dog now. I see. They seemed a bit busy, so you left them to it. Is magic magic balloons a thing here? All right, let's see about this lady doing taxes at the table. Said the woman, I would love to tell you where we are, friend, but I haven't even figured out where we aren't. She gestured at a stack of maps on the table behind her. We're not in any of those places. Or at least we weren't. Who knows if that's true now that the tide has come in? The tide. You've attempted another tactic, hoping to glean some information. Perhaps she could tell you at least the name of this place? Oh, we just call it the court. Its full name is the Court of... I forget. Something like the Court of Aluminum, but it starts with a T. The Court of Tungsten? I don't know. Maybe. I'm new here, and I'm bad with names, but I can at least give you mine. I'm Robin. She held out her hand, which you shook as you introduced yourself. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should try to sort this out before the tide settles again. Okay, so now, now I'm learning this is the Titanium Court, and the shifting of the tiles I think is called the tide. All right, last one. A man resting in the shade of a wall. Said the man. Whoa, pal, before you ask me any more questions, you gotta know my deal. My deal is that I can only answer questions you haven't asked. So as to where we are, no can do. Sorry, can't tell you. What are we doing? Oh man, we're a court of fairies on a quest to find our missing queen. He looked to both sides and said, so let me know if you see her. Just don't ask me where she is. Interesting. So I wonder if this is a Midsummer's Night Dream reference, because you have the Titanium Court, and isn't it Titania, I think, or Titana, who is the queen of the fairies, and this is a fairy court, so I feel like this is very Midsummer's Night Dream-esque. So now we've got Shakespeare, we've got match 3, and who knows what else. What did the outside of the court look like from atop the walls? Finding no immediate answers inside the court, you moved to the top of the walls and looked outward. Let's see what we've got. Perhaps there was something you could see from this vantage that would shed more light on your situation. To the contrary, conditions outside the walls were even stranger than they were at the time of your arrival. The rest of the shattered landscape had now melted away. The court stood alone amid a void. But not for long. Like a rush of water, new surroundings began to surround. Oh my goodness, and I see enemies. I see beings with swords. Much of the new topography was familiar to you. You could identify fields, these guys, water, woods, and hills. But there was something else to see. A menacing group of other courts, enemy fae, were also part of the landscape. You were not alone in noticing these. Someone shouted, "The war, the war, the war is here!" Someone else, "That can't be. Puck said no wars until we find the queen." This is Midsummer's Night Dream. Boop, boop, boop. Then perhaps he should explain that to them. Surrounded by the enemy on all sides and bereft of an obvious course of action, the people of the court began to pray. A man stepped forward and offered the first prayer. I genuinely wish no harm upon our enemy. I merely pray they would fade into obscurity. Okay. Alright. Okay, they're fading. Wow, I didn't expect that to work, but thanks. The woman named Robin offered the next prayer. My notes are quite clear on this. Prayer does not work. Our time is better spent steering the court. Remember, their soldiers cannot cross water. We should try to take shelter behind a moat until the tide comes in. Okay, go behind a moat. So am I supposed to always do what they say? Why did I do 2? I'll pay attention next time. There. Now that river protects us from nearly half of the field. Does it? I guess they can't cross... I see. Okay, they can't cross these, so we only have to worry about these 2. Hills should also slow their advance, so for my next prayer... But the next prayer did not belong to Robin. The next prayer belonged to the cat. Meow. So long as we're making demands of God, then my wish as ever is to be fed. Okay. So let's make a bread. Psst, hey. Oh. You probably didn't notice. Yeah, I did notice. Something happened over here. What is happening by matching fields, wheat? The court has acquired more food, bread. Similarly, other parts of the battlefield can be matched to earn water, lumber, or stone. None of the fairies in the court will tell you this. Their religion forbids them from acknowledging the existence of the user interface. But I am a secular tooltip. I fear no god. I will do my best to provide you with this vital information. You're welcome. Love it. Yes, more of that, please. Okay. More? More? Uh-oh, but we got rid of our river, and we just brought in a few new enemies. Robin then bemoaned the loss of the moat. And we face even more of the enemy than before. Why must I bother? The scholars at the blackboard now chimed in. We've identified the most strategically sound location. This spot right here. Okay. We just steer over there carefully. We should be fine. Sitting pretty. Okay, but Robin interjected. Stop. Look at the clock. It's almost low tide. We have time left for only one more move. Where's the clock? Hello again. So the clock, thank you, secular tooltip, and time left Robin alludes to is in fact this unassuming progress bar at the very edge of your vision. Oh, this bar right here, okay. Much like life, every move you make will deplete some of your remaining time. Dark, but true. If we have only one prayer left, what do you suggest we ask for? We might as well pray for a miracle. Okay, well, let's... So this is gonna do something. Well, that's a start. Apologies, but another explanation from me. Your humble tooltip is in order. The previous move changed multiple matches together. Because of this, you've earned some bonus time. Ah, for the fairies of the court, this might as well be a miracle. Is there any chance we could do that again, whatever that was? But there was no such chance. The next prayer would be the last one. Incidentally, the next prayer also belonged to you. Unsure of what any of this really meant, you imitated the people around you and made a pointless decision. Okay. Let's do... I don't know. If I do this, this just moves one of them, but I still have a ton of enemies on the board. The battlefield snapped together as the court snapped to attention. Places, everyone. Windows were shuttered, doors were slammed, large swaths of people emerged from further inside and formed a line near the gates. Wait, are we gonna do a tower defense? Is this gonna turn into a combat situation? A tap on your shoulder, one of the scholars. Oh, we could use some help in the dressing room if you have a free hand. Along with the scholars, introduced to you as Hop and Skip, you sorted through a large pile of costumes, props, and weapons. Check on that tag, would you? Make sure I put it together properly. Click and hold. Oh. Farmer, working fairy, gathers food from the fields. Okay. Looks correct. Feel free to hand it out. Okay, so click to use. You handed the bundle of farmer's apparel to the first person in line. Unperturbed by the idea of harvesting wheat in the middle of a battle, they whistled as they marched out of the front gate. Oh! Now do it again. Deploy another farmer. Now see if this one fits anybody. Soldier, offensive fairy, attacks the enemy. Alright, let's get one of those out. You handed a bundle of armor and weapons to the next person in line. She tested the weight of the weapon in her hand. I haven't received any training, so I'm just planning to hit anything that doesn't belong to us. Sounds good to me. After this minimal preparation, the scholars considered their work finished. I'd place the chances of survival somewhere between abysmal, but I'm afraid this is the best we can do. Small mercy, at least, that the queen isn't here to witness this. And so you waited with the others for the battle to commence. Hello. I must pester you one more time before I take my leave. Observe, this is the undo button. Use it to change your mind as many times as you wish before starting the battle. However, the official editorial position of this tooltip is that you are liable to lose no matter how many times you change your mind presently. Okay. When you are ready to lose, use the play button to proceed to the battle. All right. Now, I will leave you in peace. Goodbye, tooltip. But, should you ever desire the company of your loyal tooltip, all you need to do is click and hold over any button or tile. Okay. Let's commence the battle. It's a losing situation. Oh no! This is kind of like a tower defense moment. What the heck? Okay, that's very fun. Even though we lost. Rip. Okay. Glass half full. And then, sometime later, as the sun hovered low over the horizon, there was a feast within the walls of a court. The man to your right is beside himself with laughter. Okay, so our court, caught off guard by a sudden war, stumbled behind enemy lines, made a token attempt at resistance, and was summarily topped. Do I have that right? Yep, that does appear to be an accurate summary. Well then, I'm glad I slept through that. As you look at your surroundings, a switch flips in your mind. Your own story makes little sense now that you think on it. How did you... Your companion pats your arm. Don't worry about it. If our court couldn't withstand physical destruction, we wouldn't last 5 minutes within the pull of the tide. But enough of that. It's about time I made some introductions. As you've narrowly avoided learning, this place is called Titanium Court. Meanwhile, I have the honor of being the steward of the court. I knew it! I was like, I bet you this guy's Puck then. My name is Puck, although my lovers and enemies call me Goodfellow. I am chief advisor and friend eternal to our fair queen. As fancy as that sounds, in practice it means he's unemployed. I wonder, because there's like, what are the little, oh, were they fairies? I think there's like cobweb, peas blossom, moth. I'm not remembering the last one, but I feel like there's like 4 fairies that are accompanied to the queen, and I wonder if we're going to see some of them or some of the other characters from Midsummer's Night Dream. That's so cool. One of the scholars, the man named Hop, has approached your table. He appears to have had a drink, or 2, or 4. He pulls up a seat between the two of you and assumes a jovial posture. Guess the queen stirs up, eh, good fellow? Lucky for her, I'd say. I'd skip town, too, if I knew what a sorry showing the court would make. But on the plus side, we can continue draining her wine cellar. Now, are you going to help me with that, good fellow, or are you just going to stare at me? I don't mind either way. Puck, staring at the scholar, mouth agape, slowly inhales and pinches his nose. What fools these? How drunk are you, Hop? The queen is right here. I've been speaking to her for the entire... What? Me? Speaking to me the entire feast? An excited hush falls over the entire hall. Hop blinks. Looks at you. Looks at Puck. Turns bright red. Oh, I see it now. That calls for her Majesty's finest vintage. I'll be right back. As Hop makes a quick exit, you look steadily at Puck and shake your head. There's no use denying it now, not after the tale you told me. If you'd like more proof, just see a look. Take a look at where you're seated. Wait, no, just because I'm at the head of the table. You slowly take in your surroundings. Oh. Puck smiles. Oh my gosh, and Puck was our MC. Now, if I may conclude my introductions, let me introduce the court to your majesty and likewise. He stands up and addresses the entire hall as he says, long absent, the queen of Titanium Court, always a stranger, has arrived. Cheers erupt and dessert is served. Woohoo! To your left, Hop returned with an armful of glasses and bottles. And about time, too. Good fellow. Did you tell her about the war yet? Titanium Court. What the heck? Chapter 1. A place beloved only of clowns and criminals. Oh my god. And then, just a short while after the feast, the court returns to war. Oh. Okay, I saw a signpost up ahead, so maybe eventually our goal is to get to that. You're in charge of the war now, Your Majesty. You should be fine. Just remember everything we've taught you about magical warfare. Blinking slowly, you remind them that at this exact moment, they have taught you roughly nothing about magical warfare. Nah, good. She remembers quite clearly. High tide. When the field is broken, arrange it to your advantage. Okay. I see, I see. Consult the ever-changing map. Inspect your available units. Okay, let's look at the map. You don't know what any of this means. Yeah, look, there's like a signpost. These look like people. Pumpkins. Okay. Let's look at our units. So we have one farmer and soldier. Oh, farmer costs 1 water, so we can only use 1 farmer. And we can only use 1 soldier. So, high tide. The field is broken. Arrange it to my advantage. Can I get rid of enemies through... Yes, I can. Okay. Nice, nice. I don't know how I'm gonna win a battle, but this is looking good so far. We're also getting resources, which is nice. Ooh, hold on. I don't like that. When does high tide end? I think that's my question. And right now, because I don't really know best practices, I'm kind of just making matches and hoping it all works in my favor by the end. I assume... What's this? Stump. We only have 1 enemy on the board. Oh, I can see 1 enemy right there. Okay. So it's a high tide is just 1 length of the bar, and then we have another length of the bar to make preparations for battle for low tide. Okay. So I guess let's have someone do that. I feel like we're gonna lose again. Let's do that. I don't know. Let's just give it a try because we don't know what we have going on here. Commence battle. Okay. This is maybe the closest I've come to enjoying a tower defense game. Not gonna lie. Baseball! We got one. Oh. Hey, this is working out quite nicely. Toppled another tower. They've got 1 person. Oh, and that's when the 1 person got sent out. But we'll make it because we have all the time left in the world. Okay, beautiful. Okay. Well, having now achieved some kind of victory in the war, you wonder if someone in the court might help you return home. It would be our pleasure if you can show us the way. Also, that was only 1 battle. There are many more to come if my notes are to be trusted. Okay, well, if you understand this map correctly, even if it even is a map, there appears to be some sort of signage just ahead. Perhaps if you can reach those signs, you'll learn more about where you actually are along how to get home. And to reach them, we need merely be swept forward by the tide as we have been all along. Convenient. Okay. Okay. So it looks like we have maybe 3 sort of rounds of war until we get to the sign. See, that's where I'm like, this feels like it's got a little bit of rogue-likeness to it, as well as the tower defense and match 3. This is incredible. How fun. I love it. Genre blends are so satisfying, but I think so hard to pull off, and I feel like this is pulling it off. Okay, so high tide. We want to get rid of all of these little guys. I don't like them. I don't want them. I want to get rid of them. Now, what happens if we move back? Is that bad? Because we started up a little bit further. Ugh. I don't like this. I don't like the position I'm in. Not gonna lie. There we go. Okay, that's a little nicer. Oh. We still got 4 solid enemies kind of coming through. I wonder what this blue safe thing is, if I can, like, break that somehow. Ooh, this is bad. Okay. I guess it's gonna be my last move, I think. Yeah. Well, we'll just get a bread and keep our fingers crossed. New. Take a look inside the storage unit. You're quite curious about what you might find inside of the storage unit, which is exactly what I was asking. Love it. But it's locked. Aw, dang. I didn't break it, that's why. Oh. Okay. Alright. So, we can do 10 people just gathering. Why would I not want to max that out? I guess because then I wouldn't have any for the next battle. Okay, well, let's just try this. Let's go for it. I think my weakness definitely is, like, tower defense things. Ooh, if we destroy the castle with one, yeah, it destroys the person in it too. Okay. That's good. Alright, so we've got 1 enemy coming on the way. And 2 and 3. Okay. Will they attack enemies directly? I think you only go for the castle. Oh no! We do attack the enemies. This is great. I think that's another victory. Okay. Moving up in the world. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right. Let's see. Let's do this. Beautiful. Got a lot of enemies on the floor, so we need to do our best to get rid of them. What's the pumpkin do? We should try and match something next to the pumpkin. Oh! Already. Dang, it's too fast. Make preparations. Okay. Plant possessing a friendly false face. Oh, okay, cool. Let's do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 3. I guess. That should be more than enough. This music is so much fun. Okay, they have so far to go. I think this is okay. Oh, and we have moats, so we actually are protected. I did not intend for that, but that is a great accidental strategy. Dang, but now, see, I'm thinking I shouldn't have wasted all of the warriors. I should have just done my little farmers. A menacing bird cage suddenly appears in front of the court. Your Majesty, I have notes on this foe. Let me know if you'd like to see them. Yes, please. Robin had notes on how to talk to on how the bird cage behaves in battle. Right, here are what my notes say. First, at the start of the low tides, the bird cage will flood its surroundings with water. Following that, the bird cage will attack the court with birds. Fighting it may prove tricky. If it's always surrounded by water, the court soldiers will be unable to reach it. Okay, you agree. You wonder if there's another approach the court could take. Either way, you thank Robin for the information. Alright. Wait, are some of these empty courts, enemy courts empty? Oh, can we occupy them? Interesting. You've noticed a subtle difference between some of the enemy courts on the battlefield. While many have soldiers prominently stationed outside their gates, there are also plenty of them that appear to be empty. You think if you can maybe assume that these empty will not attack the court during the coming battle. Okay, so you can assume that. Additionally, when you see enemy soldiers... Okay, I did see that. Cool. That's great. I love that they reinforced it. I was able to figure that out as we were playing already, but confirms what I was assuming. Okay, so I guess the birdcage is going to come out at some point, and it's going to get a moat ready. Oh, there's the bird. Ooh. Your Majesty, look. There's a chest resting on that patch of land. We should be able to recover its contents as long as it remains in sight until low tide. Okay, this is the chest. Remains in sight, huh? That means I can't break it, which means I can't move this over. Where's my castle? I'm over here. That's rough, because that's so tempting. Oh! Oh, good. It didn't get it. Phew. There's so many birds being formed every time we make a match. I don't like it. Oops. Oh, dang it. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. Okay, I should probably... It seems like so many birds have been made. There's so many enemies, though, still. How can I get rid of these? This is just one, but that's still nice. Oof. Come on. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we still have so many enemies! It's tricky because more come back onto the board as you destroy things. So you kind of have to make a judgment call too, whether or not you want to make big plays, but potentially open up space for more of the enemies to camp out. Okay, well, I'm just gonna destroy that and we'll see. Oh, as low tide begins, the birdcage surrounds itself with a moat. Boo. So make preparations for the coming battle. Gather all manner of trinkets, treasures, trifles, and toys. Yes, please. All right, a selection of goods are for the taking. We've got cash, bird, and gunboat. Offensive rock. Attacks the enemy via water. That's kind of nice. How much money? I have, what, 9 coins? Okay, or get it or sell it. Oh, I'm gonna get them all. Yeah. Acquisition provides search. These chests are empty. It's now safe to shut them. Okay. All right. Ugh. Just want to get rid of that moat, but I have a feeling we're going to lose this battle. So we've got our gunboat, which I don't know if it needs a clear path because it does not have a clear path. But let's give that a try. Let's do birds because that'll help distract through the air, I'm assuming. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. I'm kind of giving everything I got at this. No farming, which maybe is not wise. I should have maybe threw some farmers in. Oh my gosh, combat in the skies! It's not going great. It's going quite badly. Oh dear. Oh dear. I should have thrown more at it. Oof. Did that go well? I don't feel like it did. Oh, I guess it did. I guess I didn't die, so that's probably victory. Having escaped the birdcage, the court now arrives at its initial destination. Taking a spyglass to the top of the walls, you see if the sign ahead can give you any clues or directions. Dead end. Ah, I know this one. This is Memento Mori. I hear they're popular among mortals. This one's quite simple, perhaps even unrefined. It says dead end, so that any mortal who reads it can remember exactly what awaits them at the end. I don't think that's how it works, Hop, but that's okay. I appreciate you trying to piece together what this mortal sign may mean. In case they forgot. Precisely. Okay, well, where you're from, this sign generally means that you cannot proceed any further. As you say this, a gasp. Majesty's right. The court is not facing forward. We've been letting the tide carry us backwards ever since the feast. Okay. Well, in that case, how should you go about correcting that misalignment? The cat responds to this question by falling asleep on your lap. Oh, good answer, cat. The beast is right. A good night's sleep should return the court to its default state. And so the court decides to retire early for the day. Resetting the cycle. Glass is full. With time and repetition comes comfort. You feel your maximum level of comfort increase to 1. Okay. Okay. On the next morning, you awake in a strange bed. The bed is strange not just because it's not your usual bed, but because it is also not the bed you fell asleep in. Puck told you. Any room within the court might be the queen's, so you parted with him at the first room you found that wasn't already occupied. A small chamber beneath a staircase, a twin-sized bed neighbored by a light nightstand and a lamp, a small desk in the corner, no windows. Meanwhile, the bed you awaken is queen-sized and contained within a spacious chamber that opens onto a balcony. Nice. Fancy. Ooh. The balcony overlooks the courtyard of your new home. You appear to be roughly 5 stories above the ground. Lots of stairs. Your bed chambers. What should you do here? Take stock of your possessions. You look over the scant possessions that were on your person when you arrived at the court. Everything appears to be where you left it, with one irritating exception. Sometime between your arrival and now, you've managed to misplace your keys. In a way, you suppose you also managed to misplace the locks those keys are intended for. A mystery admittedly of much greater concern to you than the missing keys. Alright, so maybe we gotta find some keys and locks. Let's go explore the court. This is fascinating. What should you do here? Return to your office? Investigate the dining hall? Wait, there is the man named Puck. You have a lot to say to him. Okay, I'm sure we can talk to Puck later. Let's go to the dining hall. What should you do here? Yeah, let's grab some breakfast. In the light of the day, the feasting hall more closely resembles a common dining area. You collect some breakfast from a buffet, then seek a table. You would prefer to sit somewhere out of the way, near an exit, ideally hidden. Man, my character is very much like, let me stay in the shadows, let me have easy access to be able to leave at any point in time. Which, again, kind of relatable. I get that. You sit in the most nondescript location you can find, a corner near a trash bin. Before you've finished a bite, a whole host of fairy courtiers arrive with their meals and sit with you. They make idle conversation and a few honest attempts at answering your myriad of questions, none of them successful. As you complete your meal, you idly note that your table is now the most lively and boisterous table within the hall. You also note, idly, that despite his assurances that he would answer all your questions, the man called Puck remains nowhere to be seen. As a result of eating breakfast, you get a small bonus. Bread. You get 10 bread. Alright, well, let's go explore elsewhere. I'll go to the office really fast. I don't know if that's different than my bed chambers. Oh, it is. Look out the window. There are some dogs catching frisbees in the courtyard just out of frame. That's so cute. I love the way the pictures move to help illustrate the actual dog movement. Neat. Go to war. No. A man approaches you with a business proposition. Despite your coronation occurring only very recently, it appears that solicitors have already found their way into your office. Little bird told me you're looking for some keys, Your Majesty. Actually, you are looking for your keys. Can you assume he knows their location? No, well, I don't know about those keys. But what I do know is where you can find some more demo keys. Oh my god. Demo keys? Wait, so I wonder, if you scan this QR code, you might get access to this demo? I don't know. I haven't scanned it myself. Actually, maybe I should. Dangerous. Scanning random QR codes. I'm doing this for you all. Doing this for you. Ah, a password is needed. That's right. Very real hot commodity. Very exclusive, very hush-hush. As in, keys to the demo you're currently playing? You got it. I knew you were quick on the uptake, Your Majesty. Why would you need more demo keys? You're already playing the demo. But are your friends playing it? How about your family, your workplace, your local Girl Scout troop? This is great. Think about it. You could start a whole movement here. You could luxuriate in the adulation of your peers. So he doesn't know where your actual keys are. Well, sounds like a no. Very well. You'll consider his proposal on your own time. Sure, but if you're interested, you gotta give him the passphrase. The passphrase is 3 billion kids in a trench coat. Lower caps, no spaces. That'll let them know I sent you. So, I just tested it. It does take you to a page that's just blank white, says password. And if you type that in, there you go. You'll get a demo key, I guess. But I wouldn't delay if I were you. These things are going fast. Oh, dang. Okay, so numbers are limited, I guess. We can go to war, ask the key seller's wares, consult the ever-changing map. Let's do that. So we're here. We've got other things, other signposts that we can look at. I don't want to go to war yet. Where's Puck? The man named Puck is just across the courtyard. Perfect. You have many things you wish to ask him. Oh! As you draw near, he quickly exits the scene. You might be imagining it, but he appeared to have retreated the moment he saw your approach. Well, I guess we need to go to war then. After breakfast, the court goes to war. And as you ready yourself, a question. Your Majesty, is the intensity of the war to your liking? If not, feel free to adjust the thermostat. Okay, we can make things a little easy on ourselves. Oh, start with the ability to produce lumberjacks. Oh, receive a small mirror that follows you from battle to battle. Starts with an extra 6 money. Cute. So comfort are kind of like your buffs across the play or the runs, essentially. That's what it seems like. Let's do ability to produce lumberjacks. That seems useful. Okay, so can you be certain the court is facing the correct direction this time? Of course, Your Majesty. Observe that the sun is now rising rather than setting. Very well. You suppose you'll attempt to reach these signs again, although you doubt you'll find anything useful. Right. Here we go. High tide! Okay, so it doesn't look like we have any enemies here. So let's just gather some resources, I guess. The chest will be yours to open during low tide. Perfect. Alright. No enemies up here. So yeah, I don't know how to balance my resources. Okay, let's do sidestep, working spell, move in any direction so long it is horizontal. That's cool. Alright, so let's do, I guess, more resource collection. This is our lumberjack. And then let's do one soldier just in case. I mean, we don't need to defeat the courts because they're empty. This is cool. This is, honestly, this could be like the next Balatro for me personally, just because of all the different boxes it ticks and how many different systems and sort of ways of thinking that you have to engage with this game. Because the match 3 requires one type of thinking, setting the tower defense another. You've got this narrative that we're working through. It's really cool. I like it. Ooh, all right, moving up, moving up. I wonder if, like, how to impact the direction, like how we're moving. Is that what that sidestepping thing was? I'm not quite sure. All right, so now we have currently approximately 5 enemies on the board. Yeah, we do want to get rid of them, although it'd be cool if we created another moat situation. That'd be really fun. A tap on your shoulder. Robin points to a building in the distance. Oh, this one right here. Your Majesty, that shop is neutral to this conflict. We should strongly consider stocking up on supplies. Of course, that's only if it stays in view. If it disappears before low tide, we'll have to wait until we pass another one. Ooh, okay. Let's see if I want to see if I can try and get these guys out of here. I want them out of the picture. It's not working. It's not getting them out of the picture. It's not working. I bring this over. That'll bring one down. Or at least we can get rid of one of them. Oh, if I could have only moved this 2 spots. Okay, well, not ideal. Let's go and see what we've got. I only have 3 coins, though. I understand how money works. Really? A lot of people think they understand money when they're actually operating under some misconceptions. If you're so confident, how about you tell me where money comes from? I don't, actually. On second thought, you have basically no idea where money comes from, so if they were willing to give you a quick overview, you'd appreciate it. Sure, no problem. First thing you gotta know is where money doesn't come from. You're probably used to getting stuff like resources randomly during high tide. Well, that's not gonna work for money. Instead, you earn it by doing your job. You do have a job, right? You don't think you have a job? Ah, come on. I have color ID, you know. I know you're a fancy fairy queen of a fancy fairy court fighting a fancy fairy war. That's totally a job. Have more confidence. So anyway, fairy queens are usually earn money by defeating their enemy on the battlefield. Oh, okay. So we can sell things and defeat enemies. So I only have 3, which means I can get a driller, shield, takes damage in place of your court. That's kind of nice. Centaur archer. I wish I could afford that. Trade water at market prices. Why not buy a shield? Okay. Oh no, don't undo. Okay. So let's make those preparations, shall we? Let's apply a shield, because we can. Let's do soldiers. Can't do any more, because we didn't gather very much resources. Let's do 2 of you, 2 of you. Alright, let's see what we got. I like how they hit on the beat. That's very satisfying. Okay. We're doing alright. Oh no, we did it. Okay, yeah, we're doing great. So sometimes it is kind of nice to boost up your fighters because that's getting you more money. Okay. Alrighty, so let's see what we got going on now. We've got a little smattering, little bits of enemies here and there. Some of these. Another structure wades into view in the distance. You suppose this is another... Oh, look, Your Majesty, a temple of Market. Market. Should you wish to pay your respects, it only needs stay in view until low tide, right? Correct. Your brilliance continues to blind. Why, thank you. I'll keep you around. Okay. Let's see. It's funny because this is one of those times when I'm just like, I'm sure there are plenty of matches for me to make that I'm not seeing, because these kind of games, I feel like I start getting almost like blind spots when I'm playing them on camera. It's very weird. Because I'm like, I'm not seeing anything. But I know that there's opportunity to make matches. What's this science lab looking chalkboard thing? It's like a magic board, like what Hop and Skip were looking at. Okay. I don't mind having some of these closer simply because that gives us money. Is that a billboard in the middle of the battlefield? It's true. There appears to be a billboard of some sort among the scattered elements of the terrain. You go to the outer walls of the court to get a better look. You need law, says Robin. That thing gives me the creeps, Your Majesty, as if we're about to be sued just by looking at it. You agree. It might be best to look away lest you draw some unwanted legal attention. Oh dear. Trade generic assets. Blessings upon your business. Prices are determined by market. All right. Okay. So I wonder if we purchase things, this will start increasing the market value, decreasing the market value, etc. Okay, let's see. We don't have very many soldiers, unfortunately. I need more stone. I think we're gonna lose this one. We're gonna see what happens when a run gets ended. Oh no! Oh no! The court is getting attacked. I believe we're getting close to the end. We might barely survive. Oh no, we're not! Oh, we barely did! 4 HP left, baby! Alright. Ooh. And now the court finds itself surrounded by catapults. To be perfectly precise, those appear to be trebuchets. Okay. Actually, like, no. Given that trebuchets are a subcategory of catapult, you don't see any reason why you can't just call them catapults. Very well, my queen. I retreat in the face of your overflowing wisdom. Fine, you can continue to stay. Oh my god. I think... Is there no way to heal? Is there no way for me to restore my castle's HP? Alright, well, let's get rid of those. A strange building comes into view. As you observe it, the phone in your office rings. Hello? Hey, yeah, Titanium Court, Your Majesty. I'm calling from the Glass House. Yeah, we sell potions. As our name suggests, we firmly oppose the act of throwing stones in any and all forms. Therefore, we'd like to offer you our full support to Titanium Court in your campaign against these stone-throwing trebuchets. To start, here's a pro tip. Free of charge. Hills will block the projectiles. Okay. Just surround your court with hills and you'll be safe. If that doesn't work, we'll sell a variety of instant-use potions. Yeah, I would love to get some of those potions. I have barely any money. Who was it, Your Majesty? You explained that it was a telemarketer, albeit one whose pitch you might find useful. Wow, rare. Okay, so keeping the rocks around, probably a good thing. Destroying these trebuchets, also probably a good thing. Can I get you here? Okay. We reduced their numbers a decent amount, but I really need to just get some potions. Let's see, want to set something on fire, geology, flood, teleport. What would teleport do? It's half the money, but why not? Why not? Oh, wait, what? Buy it? Where you headed? Oh, hello. Let's go here? Because then we're blocked here. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, I think we might be in a good spot then. And I'm gonna just do some collectors. Because I don't think we need to defend ourselves. I think we're okay. Unless the rocks get destroyed. Okay. Okay. Do do do. Do 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 do. Alright, we need to match some water though. Survive that one by the skin of our teeth. Alright. The catapults continue their assault, although you note that there are now slightly fewer of them hanging around. Oh, alright. He's still around. That teleport was super useful. We won't have that again, though, unfortunately. So let's see if we can get rid of these. We have a decent amount of bread. I really want to try and get more water. We're safe on these two sides. Trying to see if there's another place I can make a good sort of rock wall. But I don't think so. I think this actually might be it, unfortunately. Teleport, flood, geology. Oh, well, we can try. Let's actually buy you. And let's do another shop. What? You can only buy one? You can't afford it. What? I thought I had 10 money. Oh, 10 rock. Balls. Undo. Undo, undo, undo. Okay, so we have fire. Although, we could... Can we set them on fire? Let's try this out. I don't know if that's helpful to us. Because will it just now send over fire catapults? Possibly. Can I buy more than one? We do wholesale fire. Where should we put it? I don't know. I guess these ones will probably be safe from. Set that on fire. So I have either completely screwed myself or I feel like a smart person for coming up with this. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I might be just exploding my poor little caravan, or my poor court. Okay, well, unfortunately, we just got exploded. Ooh, okay. Did not do anything. I was thinking the trebuchets could, you know, help us be burned down because they were wood. For a short period of time after the court wakes each morning, it drifts through the tide alone, free from its relentless obligations to the battlefield. You found this time useful for exploring your surroundings. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. So you know what's wild is that I actually had an ending that I made to this video, and I went and ate dinner, and I decided, hey, I actually want to play more of this game, even though we hit a stopping point. I want to play more, and I want to see what else there is to the demo. So we're gonna play some more. We just had our first loss. It's unfortunate, but the glass wasn't half full, it was a quarter full. So it looks like we're still progressing a little bit, gaining a little bit of comfort so that maybe our next run is a little bit better. But first, we feel as if we could use a shower. To your mild surprise, the shower, nay, the whole bathroom attached to your chambers is, to put it diplomatically, a bit shabby. Unlike the rest of your chambers, those which chose to stretch and grow with the size of your station, the bathroom remains small and intimate. If you're feeling less charitable, you might refer to it as claustrophobic. Also, the room is clearly built into the underside of a staircase. Oh no, those are the worst because then you have to duck your head at awkward points. Various thumps and falls from above the ceiling provide ample evidence that this is a staircase well traveled. You aren't complaining. You consider it a miraculous blessing that a fairy court outfitted with trappings of medieval Europe, that's a good point, would also have functional modern plumbing. Look at that, glass half full indeed. You turn on the water and test it with your hand. Despite the shower's appearance, the temperature is consistently warm and the water pressure is high. That's all we need. Honestly, I don't care if the bathroom's small, as long as that pressure is solid, we're good. Just a completely normal, non-magical shower. Mediocre, even. You suspect that it will be a good reminder of what your life was like prior to absconding with the cohort of fairies. As you step inside and close the sliding door, you quickly retract at the previous statement. The high-pressure water, the subtle ringing noise produced by the shower head, the echoes of the footsteps from the ceiling, all of the above combine to create a cacophonous cocoon of sound and steam. The writing in this game is so much fun. The words that we are using, that we're seeing, are words that are just so illustrative of the situation we're in and so like sensory full, like the cacophony. Oh my god, I love it. Oh, I don't know. This is just so cool. If anything, this shower is perhaps the most magical object you've encountered in the court thus far. Let me get to matching. You let your mind drift for a while. I wonder what benefits we get, because I don't see anything on the side increasing here. So what are we doing as we shower? You go over the short list of things you have learned about the court in the time since your arrival. Okay. Oh, I'm still matching. Okay. Titanium Court is a royal fairy court, a place bound by ancient magic to withstand the tide. Whatever that is. Okay. Magic totally exists, by the way. Love it. Ooh. So do fairies, just so we're clear. Let's do this and hope, yeah. Satisfying. You are, however, not a fairy. Human through and through. As a person who has lived a decidedly unmagical life up until this point, you are instead a mortal. Womp, womp, womp. But I wonder if that gives us maybe certain advantages. Yet somehow your mortal status didn't disqualify you being crowned queen of those fairies. We are a queen, but I would imagine we're not... I'm blanking on the pronunciation because it's one of those things. I've read it, but I feel like haven't heard this word in a long time. Is it Titania? The queen of the fairies in Midsummer's Night Dream? Need to brush up on that. But again, I am so delighted because such a fun play. Okay. Oh yeah, we're matching still. In fact, so far as you can tell, nothing will disqualify you from this royal office, not even your own opposition to holding it. Well, what is this thing they say? Not everyone who wants to lead, or something about people who don't want to lead being great leaders. Let's hope that works out in my favor in this case. As loath as you are to leave, you think you've spent enough time in the shower. Oh, dang it. Womp womp. Okay, so I should have known. I think we were already healed with the court because that was the end of the round. I don't know what the shower did except provide us just a nice little bit of time to relax, match a few tiles. Let's see if we can get a hold of Puck today. Let's observe some of the paintings. Get a little art appreciation in. How do you interpret this one? A fantasy of revenge. The subject is smashing his guitar, most probably out of a seething hatred for rock and roll. I think you misunderstood. I've heard it said that the smashing represents his fervent passion for rock and roll. But how can that be? With his guitar smashed, surely he will find it difficult to participate in the day-to-day proceedings of rock and roll. You interject to suggest that the subject likely has another guitar at the ready. Novel idea, I know. That the smashing might represent both his passion and his wealth of guitars. Her Majesty's theory is compelling, but the evidence is circumstantial. The image itself does not have a guitar. Your second guitar, you're right. After all, this theoretical secondary guitar is not featured in the painting. How can we be sure it exists? Perhaps the artist painted it somewhere in that negative space I've heard so much about. I suppose we'll need to keep an eye out for it. Okay. We've got dining hall. All right, there is Puck again. Just down the hall. I see you. I see you, Puck. You spy the man Puck just down the hall. He does not appear to have noticed you yet. Ooh. You're certain that if he had, he would already be making a hasty exit from your presence. Now might be a good time to follow him and observe for yourself what duties your steward is performing in lieu of offering you guidance. Oh! Okay, going into my room? Or where is he going? Okay, this is getting a little tedious. Fortunately, you can click and hold the left mouse button to speed up the proceedings. Try it in battle too. Oh. He is giving us the runaround. Okay, maybe not. Now here is a part of the court you had not yet discovered. A vast library extends before you. A library. Secret passage. Wait. You suddenly realize with some annoyance that while you were gaping at the scenery, a Puck managed to slip out of your sight. What should you do here? He slipped behind the bookcase, did he not? Perhaps you can figure out how. Absolutely, I'll be figuring out how. You inspect the bookcase you think Puck slipped behind. It doesn't budge when you attempt to move it. You try removing a random selection of books from its shelves, but that also has no effect. This is likely a waste of time. You're not even sure this is the correct shelf. No, it's the second one over. Oh. Ugh, fine. Let's go to the dining hall, I guess. We'll get you next time, Puck. Okay. What should you do here? Let's grab a little breakfast. And we'll probably have a bunch of people, joining our spot. You silently absorb the conversation around you as you eat breakfast. You know, vehicular theology is not so ridiculous if you consider the car to be mostly a metaphor. But for what? What could such an outlandish and inconsistent set of myths possibly be a metaphor for? Perhaps the psychological armor we construct around our true selves. All for the conveyance of the soul to greater stages of enlightenment? It's not too hard to imagine. Oh my god, this is incredible. But aren't cars also allegedly beasts that devour naughty children who do not look both ways? Well, I never said it was a perfect metaphor. As a result of eating breakfast, you get a small bonus. Yay! 10 water. All right, thanks for breakfast, y'all. Let's go to our office. Consult the map. So, okay, so we're gonna have to do the same things again. For the sake of time. Let's see. I'm not sure if I want to get all of these battles, make them go through again. I imagine they'll go faster though. So we'll see just how long it takes. Start with the ability to produce miners, basic income of 2. That would actually be kind of nice. Kind of nice. Receive a small mirror that follows you from battle to battle. What does that mirror do? Begin the war with an extra 10 hearts. I mean, that would have saved us. We were so close to winning. Miners would have been... I used lumberjacks last time. Let's go with extra heart. Hopefully this works out. Okay, so this is a pretty solid situation. We've just got one enemy. Yay, good combos. Nice. No enemies currently. So that could be quite nice, but I do want to gather some resources. And there's also this cool little stump and this little treasure chest. Okay. So, just want to be careful not to... Oh, dang it. I got rid of the treasure chest. Okay, another one opened up here. That's good. Oh, another enemy just popped up. That's such a real... It's a fun push and pull, knowing that I'm getting more resources, and I do have to use all of these turns, but really trying to make sure I don't, you know, fill this area with more enemies. It's also beneficial to keep them at bay. So, you know, it's on the other side here, so it's nice because I have a little bit of space. Let's check out somebody standing on the stump. You look towards the stump in the distance. A lone figure appears to be holding up a sign. Learn self-defense. Hey, come here and I can teach you self-defense. Ah, we should sign up, Your Majesty. The court is terrible at defending itself. Why not? Suppose 1 coin isn't that much. You could spare it merely to satiate your own curiosity. Look, satiate, what a great word. You and your retinue gather around the stump, money in hand. Step right up, we'll start in a moment. As it happens, you aren't the only student present for today's lesson. That's right, I have the honor of being Sensei's #1 disciple. That doesn't mean anything, kid, and please stop calling me that. Oh, whoops, that was the kid. The instructor turns to you. It's your first time here, right? Let me explain how this works. Basically, each lesson, I'm going to give you 1 card for self-defense and tell you how to use it. But the first thing you gotta know is I'm not always going to be here to give you cards. If you want to really defend yourself, you're eventually going to need to find your own cards. Question, Sensei. Where can we find these cards? Haven't you been coming here for years, kid? You tell me. Sensei's answers possess so many meanings. True understanding still eludes me. Okay, kid, it's not a riddle. Normally, you just find self-defense cards in shops or chests. Got it? You nod. Shops? Chests? Anyway, why don't you start by choosing a card? Pick a card, any card. Alright, we've got Struct. Archer Outpost. Ooh, Harass Passerby. Driller. Knight. Shield, which I've used before. And Thorns. All who would harm you take damage in return. Skills and multiples. That's very cool. I like that it's passive as well. Let's take that one and give it a shot. Okay, Thorns. Those are interesting. So the way they work is whenever an enemy unit attacks your court, it's going to take some damage in return. The more thorns you have, the more damage they deal. So if you get enough of them, then most enemies won't be able to hit you more than once. I like that. Now you may be thinking, if I'm still taking damage, aren't these things kind of not that useful? And you're right. If you're overwhelmed by enemies, thorns aren't going to help you much. But where they really shine is when you've got 1 or 2 enemies positioned to attack you early in a battle. Oh, okay. Without any means of defending yourself, an early attack like this can deal a ton of damage. Might even be fatal. But when you have thorns, there's an upper limit to how much that kind of early strike can hurt you. One last thing about thorns. They're a passive tool, so you won't see them with the rest of your cards. Okay, you'll see them hanging out over here with your passive effects. Oh, we've got Thorns and Monarch. Over where now? And that's the lesson. Go try it out. The cards are so emotive and good. Okay, let's do preparations. Gather all manner of trinkets. Yes, please. Let's get all of these resources. Thank you. Okay, let's do 3, and let's do 2 collectors. That should be enough. I hope we go straight for... See, one of the things is I'm not entirely sure. Are we going to go straight to the left and because they're a little bit closer? Or are we going to go up because there's an actual enemy there? So we'll see the pattern. Whoops. Oh, they went up. I love this fast forward mechanism. And we win. Okay. So that's the other thing I need to learn is sort of what's the behavior of these units as they move around. Now we did get hit once, which is not good. Ooh, more enemies on this one. I wish this pumpkin was a court so we could just, boom, destroy it like that. Okay, but we're taking a fair few out, which is good. Be nice to have like a moat. Ah, dang it. Ah, tricky, tricky. Okay, well, at least they'll get rid of these 2. Nice. We have just 1 hanging out, which is great. I think, I guess keeping the empty castles isn't a bad thing. I should probably keep them because in case my units need something to destroy, that'll give us more money. So really I should focus on only getting rid of castles when they have units in them. Okay. So we've got 2 that we're gonna have to fight. Nothing fun, unfortunately. We could go to the shop, but I want to save my money. So let's see, since we've got 2 units, I'm gonna do 5 just to be safe, because we gotta attack on both fronts. Okay, let's commence the battle. And I'll fast forward, even though the music is very cute. All right, there's one coming. Why are you all going the other way? Okay, at least it didn't hit us. I wonder if there's a way we can play with our timing. Because I'd love to be able to spread out when my units deploy as well. As far as I know, I can only do them kind of back to back to back. Which maybe, because if we have units that are closer to us, for example, I should wait to deploy soldiers until like around the time that unit will get deployed. I don't know. I feel like there's a bit more strategy here than I am equipping. Yes. Let's get rid of you. Okay, this is looking pretty nice in terms of the field. Now, got 2 here. I'm wondering if I could manipulate so like... Oh, this water is kind of just in my way. But at least the moat is blocking them from attacking on this side. So if they come through, they have to go all the way up and over. So I'm actually going to hang on to that sort of strategic point. That feels good to have. I want to get more stones and lumber, because I think that's going to be limiting me in the next few rounds. Okay, 3, not too shabby. Again, we've got the moat happening kind of right around here. And we've got a billboard. The last one was pretty ominous. You look through a spyglass at the new billboard. Taco! Some of the text is small, but it reads, "The desire for a taco is universal." Quite a bold claim. Does Her Majesty agree? Yeah. To be honest, you really could go for a taco right about now, but that is insufficient proof for the universality of such a desire. Oh, was this a test? Was I supposed to decree the truth or prove or disprove the statement? Yes, that is what you were about to suggest. As such, the billboard's claims remain unproven, but also unrefuted. Oh my god, I didn't know that's what the goal with the billboards was. Okay, well now I know. Also, we have a temperature of +1 degree Celsius and dead 3. I'm wondering what the temperature is gonna do. Like, are we gonna get ice if it gets too cold? We'll see. We will see. Let's do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think 3 should be okay considering the protections we have on 3 sides of our court. So let's commence the battle. Okay. No, no, no! Yes, yes, yes! Beautiful job. Beautiful job, soldiers. Ooh. My cat just knocked something off my desk. The court once again finds itself surrounded by catapults. Boo, I hate these catapults. And I will remember, fire does not work against them. Okay, catapults, here we are. My mortal enemy once again. Let's do here. Ugh. Okay. I know that we have the ability to like turn some tiles into, what is it, hills, which will block them. Ooh, yes, that got rid of a lot. That's great. It's funny because I start getting scared of, okay, because when this one shoots out, it's gonna hit these rocks, I imagine. If it goes down this way, it's gonna hit this rock, so I'm safe. If it shoots here, shoots down. I actually don't remember what the trajectory was like with the catapults. Balls. I should have let it be. Okay. Dang it, we have 2 right next to us. Oh dear. That was a bad choice on my part. Okay. This music is like, it's good, but it's making me like get distracted because of the wow, wow, wow. These 2 are the bane of my existence. Okay. But they only are shooting off at these 4 points, at these 4 instances, right? So I wonder, what potions do we have? Oh, we can't sell during high tide. Okay, so once I lock it in, then they can sell. I just wish I could move some of these around just a little bit more. Okay, well, we are shorter on lumber, so I guess let me get... do I want that to be my last move, really? Because I want to keep as many of these hills as possible. And if I could, I would move this catapult, but I don't think I can. So, just gonna give myself some lumber. Okay. I think we have enough to withstand these hits. I'm just worried about what happens after. Okay. Let's do... Fire will not help us here. Geology. I have the rocks for that. Potion of flood insurance. Ooh, insures a flood. Well, flood doesn't make sense. Teleport. Okay. Can we use the potion of geology? Oh, we cannot use it to turn a catapult into... Okay. So let's teleport ourselves. 5. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay. I feel like this location would be pretty solid. So let's go there. And I guess make preparations. Let's do a lot of these little guys. Gather resources. Maybe not. Let's just do one soldier. I want to see... Well, would the soldier matter if I'm destroying a catapult? Matches with all... Excuse me. It says decently flammable. Did that just, like, make it easier to destroy? Okay, well, we'll just do the one soldier because nobody's coming towards us to attack us, and we can't really defend more than we have from the catapults. So let's commence battle. See how it goes. And I think we did okay. All right. Next time I won't deploy a soldier because that was kind of a waste. The catapults continue their assault, although you note that there are slightly fewer of them hanging around. All right, well, slightly fewer is still too much. I don't like them. Ooh, this is good. Dang it. Why? Why do you have to be this good of a setup so early in my matches? Fine. I don't want to get rid of these hills, but it looks like I might have to. I'm going to try to resist as much as I can. Although we could use a few more rocks. Oof! Dang it. Okay, hold on. Let's get our act together. We've repopulated with a lot of catapults here. But as long as we've created a space that we could transport ourselves safely to, that's probably fine. Let's see if I can try and get at least one more match of them. Get them away. Dang it. Okay. Okay. Dang. Not ideal. Okay. Alright, if we teleport ourselves to here, I don't think they can get in because we are protected on these sides. Is that how it works? Potion of geology. Okay, 5 of these. Let's teleport ourselves. Actually, here would be safer because at least we have the diagonal here. Then we may get hit once, but that's okay. All right, let's deploy no soldiers. Just a bunch of little guys to gather resources. I still have no strategy exactly on how I'm going to do these, but... Yikes. Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, but they didn't get it in time. Oh, my God. I don't think I noticed that last time. You had one person get the delivery in, but we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 did not. The tide washes away the last of the catapults. You appear to have weathered the storm and gained a little knowledge. The threat of the catapults now eliminated, the glass house pulls up next to the court, and you receive another phone call. Bing, bing. The salesman offers congratulations for your victory and asks if there's any further assistance he might provide. You answer immediately, asking if he knows a way for you to return home. Ah, definitely. Let's pull over somewhere and I'll draw you a map. Okay, pull over. Where? Safely? Okay, phew. So the salesman shows you the map and explains the directions. Okay, so you've seen this before, right? You have, but no one thus far has offered an explanation for any of it. You assumed it was some sort of map. It kinda is, but it changes every day, so I'd say it's really more of a weather report. But it's pretty simple. Each of these rows is a battle, within a given row, each column is a battlefield. Do you follow? Okay, so our rows are a battle. So this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 battles to get to the end of this map. Um, each column is a battlefield. That part I don't quite understand as much. But I guess maybe like if I was in this column on this row, I would see a glass house. This one gave me a billboard. Oh, okay. Because I completed it. So this one has like a hill looking thing and signs. So those are wait. Does that mean I'm going to the hill? I'm still a little confused. No, you don't. Yeah, you'll figure it out. But importantly, did you know you can choose from 3 potential battlefields before every battle? No, I did not know that. Anyway, here's where you're at right now, smack dab in the middle of the war. To get home, you're first gonna have to make it to the end, which is right up here. Oh no, oh no, oh! Well, that's not that far. Before or after the dragon? After, of course. But making it to the end isn't enough. After that, you'll need to make an exit. Make an exit. Given the abstract nature of movement through the tide, would he be willing to elaborate on that? Oh yeah, it's confusing, right? Those roots were conjured back in the 60s. Everyone was hopped up on allegory or something. Around here, making an exit means you gotta consciously leave the path you're on. You know, like you gotta fundamentally change as a person. Small ask, right? Okay. This might be a long shot, but does he have any specific advice for how you might do that? Preferably in a safe and non-traumatizing way? Yeah. Do I ever? Your Majesty, that's our specialty. He sweeps his arms back to reveal a shelf of potions under a marquee that reads, Love bottles under a marquee that reads Love Potions. Is he attempting to make a joke? Not at all. Nothing changes a person more than love. Okay. You take a deep breath. If his love potions function like those described in stories, i.e., forcing an individual to fall in love with a person they otherwise have no interest in, then you have absolutely no interest in them. Your Majesty, with all due respect, that's messed up. I don't sell anything like that. Okay, good. I love this. You've been hearing some weird rumors, huh? I blame my competition. Please let me set the record straight. My potions cannot create love from nothing. They merely expand the love that already exists within you. Seeing your shoulders relax a bit, he continues with this pitch. Now, if you're new to love potions, I definitely recommend starting small. He pulls a potion off the shelf. Like this one, full of love for something called baseball. This one's great for beginners. We have had a lot of baseball imagery pop up. Is that from our consciousness? The effects are really mild. Drink it and you'll end up liking this baseball just a bit more than you already do. That's it. You suppose that does sound relatively harmless. If he thinks it will help you return home, you might as well give it a try. Perfect. Oh, come on, put your wallet away. I'm not going to charge you for it. Just take it. And so you return to the court with a new map of war and a single complimentary potion of liking baseball. All right. I wonder what some of the bigger potions involve. Now you have a certain idea of what you're looking at here. Based on what the salesman told you, this is either a map or a weather report. Either way, the important thing is that you can choose which upcoming battlefield to traverse. So we have woods, hills, or we can inspect our available units. And the sign is kind of like the big narrative beat, I guess, that we'll hit there. Let's do Flora Anemones' shop. Missing water. Enemies, centaurs, and goons. Knights and goons. Catapults and goons. Okay, well, centaurs seem strong. I hate catapults. Knights also seem strong. We do need more timber. This doesn't have any water, which means we can't make moats. So let's try the woods. Now we've chosen our own poison, so I can't complain. Another sign, another potential cultural misunderstanding. Incredible. A sign that predates written languages and is comprised entirely of a single hieroglyph.
I must say, it's in remarkable condition for something so old. But what could it mean?
Given the symbol, the scales tilting in the favor of one individual, it is clear this sign indicates the presence of social inequality within its vicinity. As someone who majored in anthropology and sociology in my undergrad years, I really appreciate this interpretation of the playground sign. Oh my god.
Is that so? How kind of this ancient civilization to offer a warning, so we might avoid it.
Avoid it. The court is literally a monarchy. Good point.
Yes, well,
the sign is there for a reason, wouldn't you say? Okay. All right. Let us set ourselves up for some success, shall we? We've got some enemies coming through. We want them out of here. Good job. We've already cut them down by half, which is great. Love it. The forest is not going to protect us. This moat will protect us a little bit on this side, but we don't have anything here. Are the green forests separate from... It looks like they are. That's more complicated. Oh, dang. All right, well. Let's hope... I was hoping for like an enemy to fall through here so we could get rid of these two. One, two, three, four, five, and two of them shields. This is going to be a tougher battle than before. We've got quite a few close up. And let me just check. So, yeah, I can't do that. Let's see. I wish I could drop this down one. I cannot. This will push the... Well, that's already kind of got a moat, so I'm not going to stress about that, really. I'm bringing things closer to me. I don't want that. I'm looking forward to when, like, the real pro strats type people start playing this game. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Okay. I feel like, there are a few streamers in particular that I think would do really, really good at this type of game. And I love this kind of game, but I know I am not the person who's going to be able to min-max all of the strategy. I kind of just go in on essentially vibes. A little bit of wit and a lot of vibes. All right. We have Archer Knight. Hell yeah. I love it. Okay. So again, I think with these moats, means they're going to have to take the long way around to me. I think. I do like the fact that these have defensive capabilities. Oh wait, these only get food from fields. There are no fields, so let's undo that. That would be a waste of resources. For that reason, let's buff up a little bit. I think that's probably okay. This is okay. It's maybe one of the stronger forces we've had. So these are more defensive, so they're not going to move off of the castle, the archers, but everyone else is trucking along. But they're waiting for people to come close, and they're going to hopefully get them. I'm watching to try and, like, get some of the pattern. Okay, so when they're about within, like, a square from the court, that's when they start shooting. Okay. Worked out pretty nicely. Ooh, all right, so now we have hills. It's got rare chests in a hospital. That sounds good. Volcanoes. Chests, catapults, and goons. Don't like that. Extra water, missing the woods. That
could be fun. Inspect your available units. Okay. Let's do... Hospital would be kind of neat to encounter because we've not encountered a hospital yet. So let's do that for funsies. And maybe avoid the dragon that's on the volcano. Ooh. Okay, so we've got these guys. Let's get them out of the way. We've got a Winter Hill. Very slow to travel on foot, does not match. Okay, so we had Winter Hill. We had like a... I'm going to call it a magical forest because I don't really know what other kind of forest it was. Okay. Got a hospital. I don't want to destroy that. I want this to go down. Oh, dang. I want this to go down 1 so I can just match these 3 together. But unfortunately, I don't think I can do that currently. We've got a lot of enemies on the board here. Not a lot of places to get them out. Okay, that was nice. All right, we did pretty good at the end of that. So let's check out the hospital. A medical establishment is offering to sell you hearts. For modest mandatory donation, our doctors will heal your ailing fortifications. So I can increase my max heart by 10, or earn 2 hearts for every confirmed kill. That's kind of nice. See, my question is, does the increase max by 10 heal and increase? Because that would be super nice. Let's go for it. Let's try it. Okay, it did. It didn't heal me completely, but it healed that 10. I'm willing to take it. Let's go. All right, so now let's open our chests of trinkets, trifles, and toys. We have a gunboat. Offensive rock attacks the enemy via water. Do I want to get it or do I want to sell it and maybe get the buff for killing enemies? So we don't really have water on this map, I don't believe. So let's sell it. The storage unit remains locked. Darn. So now let's see if we can try getting a kill, heal, buff. Feel like this is nice. All right. Okay, so we've got 2 coming on early. Oh, dang. That's all we got. But there's lots of fields, so we might as well try and get as much resources that way we can. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Okay. Let's go fast. Ugh. Oh, not bad, not bad. We almost healed ourselves completely from that. Okay. Oh my gosh, are we gonna have to fight a dragon now? Oh, U-turn! No U-turn. As the court moves motionlessly across the void, it suddenly encounters a neighbor. Your courtiers cry out in alarm. You spy a great dragon soaring above his lair in the distance. The legendary apex predator opens his mouth and addresses the court. Here is what he says. But before he can say anything, one of your courtiers approaches you nervously. Your Majesty? Yes? Well. What is it? Can't they see it's a bad time? Well, you've, overstayed your what? What are they trying to tell you? Allow me. The fairies of the court are attempting to tell you that you've completed the demo. No! I want to fight the dragon! Or at least hear from him. Wait, it's done? What about the dragon? Don't worry. Your save file will be carried over to the full version of the game should you choose to purchase it. You'll be able to pick up exactly where you all left off. I know it is not something that every developer can do, and the nature of game development, you know, sometimes you just can't carry saves over, but the fact that this is going to be able to be carried over and picked up right where we left off is super appreciated. That's great. Okay, but you'll probably have forgotten how most of this works by then. We won't make you leave or anything. They won't, but I will. Goodbye. I hope you enjoy the full game once it's available. Holy crap. So that's incredible. Titanium Court, probably, I would say definitely one of my most anticipated games of 2026. I don't believe they have a release date. They haven't even made this demo fully publicly available yet. I think it is, yeah, the demo's not fully publicly available. The release date just says coming soon. My prediction is because they are pushing the demo currently. I imagine, and again, this is just me guessing, but I feel like they're positioning it for maybe like a Steam Next Fest very soon, and then a launch relatively shortly after that. I imagine this is going to be a 2026 game, even though it doesn't say anything. It is just so polished. It feels so good, and just the way that they've structured sort of the marketing for this just gives me that hope. Really, it's just a hope because I want to play more of this and I want it now. So go wishlist Titanium Court, go follow the game on Steam. Doing that allows you to get the notification when it does go fully on sale and when the demo does come out more publicly. But again, if you've watched this, you can get access to the demo. Go back, I'll mark the point in the description in the video. I will go to that QR code section, type in the password, and you can get access to this and you can play this as well. So, yeah, I have nothing but glowing recommendations and just praise for this game. It does something really difficult, which is take very sort of disparate feeling genres. Match 3. I know it's like on the Steam it says turn-based tactics, tactical RPG. Genuinely, this feels very tower defense-y to me more than turn-based tactics. But you know, what are these categories but ways just to help connect our knowledge to it? So basically, I just think that the blend of genres and strategies is so unexpected and enticing. And what really wraps all of it together with a bow is the writing and the voice of this developer. The visuals are poppy and fun and colorful. The writing on the Steam page is outstanding. If you if you like the writing in this, if you like the writing on the Steam page, I think you're going to like the writing in this game. Yeah, it's an entertaining Steam page to read, which, you know, my job is to write those things, and it's hard. It's hard to make it advertisements funny, and they're doing a great job. So, yeah, I'm just happy to shout this game out as much as I can. I'm just gushing about this game right now. If you would like, if you're not already following the channel, following my work, please consider doing so. I post videos here on YouTube as well as on Instagram at Jenny Wyndham. I know it's weird. My handle is Kimchica everywhere except Instagram because someone else apparently got it before me, and I'm so sad. So you can find my content there. You can also go to geeksandgrounds.com. That is where you can find all of the information about my video game discussion club, video game book club, if you will, where we play one game a month together as a community, discuss it, and really just allow ourselves to sit with it for a longer period of time, really have other people's opinions and perspectives on it as we play to deepen our own understanding and experience. I love it oh so much. We just finished Gas Station Story, and we're going to be moving into Kentucky Route Zero for the month of February. So if you are interested, start playing Kentucky Route Zero and hop into the Discord. That thread will be opened up on February 1st, and we'll be talking about the game all month. So there we go. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video.